You can use the Embed Element and HTML widget to add code and iframes onto your site. Slight difference between the two. Now, the Embed Element is what I'm going to look at first. You can use this if you need to add custom HTML or an iframe inside an already designed section. That's where you want to keep other elements, text, buttons, images alongside the custom code. It gives you more layout and design flexibility. When you're using the embed element, you need to manually adjust the size, width and height using drag and drop. So I'm going to show you how that works now. I'm going to create a blank section, and into that section I'm going to drag in the embed element. Now, just with any other elements, I can right click on this and that presents the settings section just here. Notice that I can add on a URL or a piece of code onto this. So if I want to just embed a URL, what I would simply do is put the URL into this box just here. So outwithdigital.com/live is the address that I'll use, and you can see I can then manually adjust the size of that accordingly. So I'm just going to change that a little bit more down here. So let's say I had that embedded just at the side here, and then next to that I want to do a little bit of design. So let's bring in a box, and in that box we'll add an image. I'll choose my image from the gallery. There we go. And then let's say underneath that I'm going to have a button just here, and then I'm just going to update the settings of that. So make the font a little bit bigger, change my button background to my brand color, and then change the button, for example, free tutorials, just like that. So you see what I've done there. I've embedded a web page alongside some other elements in a section. That's given me complete flexibility in terms of my design. If I wanted to, I could swap that URL and instead embed a bit of code. So I'm just very quickly going to show you what that looks like. So right click into settings. I'm going to change the embed type here to code, and then I'm going to swap that code just in there. And you can see here I've got that section, and this can be a bit of code that's been given to you by a designer, if you've got one of those, or maybe a piece of embed code that you've taken from a site. But you can see how I've got the flexibility to design other page elements around that. Now, the HTML widget is slightly different. So when you use the HTML widget, basically you are giving up all of that section. So I'll show you how this works now. I'll explain it to you as well. So I'm just going to drag in the HTML widget just here. Now, the HTML widget takes up the full section, but also what it does is it auto adjusts as well. So if I go into the settings of this section here and update the code, now you can see this is quite a long piece of code, but the section has adjusted automatically so that all of that fits in. Now, if I wanted to change the sizes of this, I couldn't. If I wanted to add any more elements into this section, I wouldn't be able to do that. So it's literally just for a piece of code. So there's two approaches you've got there. You've got the embed widgets that gives you code and some flexibility, and you've got the HTML widget that is just for the code itself. Hope you found that useful. I'll see you on the next one.